In this video, you'll see how the Predictive Index Management Strategy Guide can give leaders insight into what their employee needs to be their most productive self, as well as a simple format to create an action plan based on employee feedback. In just a moment, you'll watch as Jerry has a development conversation with his direct report, Brianna. Before this meeting, Jerry reviewed the Management Strategy Guide and he self-scored the items on the guide, indicating which strategies he thought he was already providing for Brianna. He also sent the guide to Brianna in advance to give her a chance to read it before their meeting. Now let's jump in as we watch Jerry and Brianna discuss what motivates her best.
Hey Brianna, thanks for meeting with me today.
You're welcome.
I sent this over to you last night. It's a tool from Predictive Index that basically it gives us 12 things that based on your natural wiring, you're going to be really motivated by and kind of engaged by. So I took some time to fill out the things that I do think you're getting in the job of these 12 options. And I kind of X them off and send it to you. And what I'd like to do now is just get your feedback on, are you getting some of those things? And is there anything else that maybe would be helpful as well? So I just want to start with that and just kind of walk through kind of how I scored you and have you read it and just give me some feedback on how I did.
Great. Yeah. I mean, time that involves frequent contact with people, that's definitely needed. Face-to-face time, we have that in our weekly meetings, so that is important, along with communicating verbally, rather than email. Love our voice notes, that we share. But I would say the one area that would help me even further would be to give clear, concise goals and explicit communication about expectations. Because, as we're moving forward, we do communicate in different ways, whether it's email or over the phone, but kind of knowing what next steps and have that clarity would help me to move faster, which would adhere to your piece as well.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm just going to circle this. Give clear, concise goals and explicit communication about expectations.
Yes.
So this instrument is mapping your natural behaviors. My behaviors are different.
Yes.
So it will be a challenge for me to kind of slow down and give more clear, concise communication. So we'll pick that one.
Okay.
And then we'll make sure that we're kind of, as we evolve this year, right? We'll meet every month or so and talk about this and how we're doing. But we got it on the radar. Here's the big one for us to work on. This says, what specific actions can we take in the next 90 days to enhance that? Any thoughts on how I could provide that?
Yes, I have
Sweet.
a few.
All right.
So I'd say definitely in our meetings, we have an agenda. So breaking that out and outlining that so we can make sure to cover those points.
Okay.
And then the other one would be on applicable emails that are relevant to me, just making sure to CC me on those. So then that way I can, get up to speed, update myself prior to this meeting, which would help, I feel like, to maximize her time.
And I'll just tell you, some of the blockers is my natural response to the work is different than yours. So what we know, because I don't actually do this, is I'm going to send some emails. Maybe I copy you on some, others I don't think to. So what I'm going to fill up for myself is I'm naturally fast-paced and not as detail-oriented, but I also like getting outcomes, and I also want you to be engaged because you're going to be more productive. So I'm going to fill out this third part to go, my natural wiring would be just send it to Brianna. And instead, what I'm going to start doing is going, when I send it to Brianna, I'm going to be specific about what the expectations are. The last part of this is kind of holding ourselves accountable. I think what I would ask is, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a note to say, have I been specific about this client need? Have I made sure that I'm copying Brianna in on these emails that I need help on, and I'm giving specific expectations?
In email, if I don't have enough information to make sure to articulate that, just to say, hey, great, receive this. I need clarification on XYZ, but I'll put it in summary bullet so that way you don't have to read a lot of it. Or like I said, we do meet weekly. So with that meeting, if it's something that can wait, then I'll make sure to bring it up then. So then that way I can get clarity at that time.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really great. And then we'll also talk about the interruptions piece later, but 30 days to work on this one piece.
Yes.
And then you'll see me trying, you'll help me out, and I'll see more productivity and engagement from you, and off we go.
And I will be trying too to make sure that I maximize your time.
That's great.
This example was a real conversation between Jerry and Brianna as they used the Management Strategy Guide to optimize their working relationship. In this conversation, you saw the manager rated themselves on the strategies first. The employee provided objective feedback. The employee identified simple strategies that would be most effective for them. The manager and employee identified potential blockers and created an action plan together. They set up a time to review the tool again. Yes, managing your employees with motivating needs can be this simple. If you're ready to get your team members more engaged and using their talents more effectively, pick up that management strategy guide and have a 10-minute conversation that will lead to higher job satisfaction.